How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffle Rowlet, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Today, we're doing a little bit of a shorter video, a quick video. There is not really that many subjects, but I want to do a follow-up to yesterday's video, or last night's video, or this morning's video. Depending on where you are in the world, it was at different times, but I made a video yesterday, this one specifically right here, which is Pokemon counting down to Pokemon Day Generation 8 news, and then also Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution trailer when, because that's a bit of a rumor going around right now, though, or rather, sorry, an inside thing that's going around, that there's going to be a trailer dropping for that very soon, probably hopefully showing us how Ash looks like. But besides that, though, what is the subject I want to talk about today? Well, as I said yesterday, they were probably going to do a countdown with these small little introductions to the different regions, and of course now we have Visit Johto. Yesterday we had Visit Kanto, which you guys may have already seen right here on the channel. They had Visit Kanto, which they did yesterday, and today they did Visit Johto, which I expected. I literally said it yesterday. They're probably going to do a countdown here, and that's what a lot of people also assumed. And also Vegetable Cooking, another person on Twitter, basically calculated that based on the days so far, it's going to lead up. And I think somebody else in the comment section on the Pokemon Kanto region video, somebody mentions as well that, like, you know, in the days they started posting, you know, which was yesterday, the 20th, it matches up. If it's 7 regions, you know, with Alola, it would actually come on, you know, it would lead up perfectly for the 27th to be like the, I guess, for Generation 8 or whatever. I guess that's how they basically put it. Now, I don't know if that's what's gonna be happening here. I don't know if that's what we're gonna see, but who knows? That's maybe how it's going to pop up, but I don't really think so. I'm getting a little bit iffy about the whole thing. I know yesterday I did a video on this exact subject, which I'll actually bring up the exact list I saw here that somebody posted. I'll bring it up specifically and show you what I'm talking about. It's going to open up my old video, but of course we got this, and I want to discuss it a little bit, as well as some other stuff, specifically like Pokemon Go related, weirdly enough, because there's something actually interesting happening with Pokemon Go. But here's a tweet I was talking about, though, that kind of like put these together here. So here's how it looks like, right? You had today Kanto, then you had Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova, Kalos, Alola, and then on this day, on the 27th here, it would be Generation 8, which I'm a little bit confused about, because the 20th here, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Am I missing something? I feel like they've missed a region here, but they haven't. Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova, Kalos, Alola. Yeah, that's all of them. But for some reason, oh, wait. No, there's something wrong here. There's definitely something wrong here. I feel like I'm missing something. Wait, actually, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, of course. I forgot that. I counted wrong there. Sorry about that. No, but basically, the 27th would be the Generation 8 day, for example. And that's also Pokemon Day, generally speaking. But then again, this was posted on the official, like, general Pokemon channel, like the English one, which means that this isn't following the Japanese standard, which a lot of people have been predicting that this is based on the Japanese one, and that's how this is going, but it's not. It's gonna land on specifically the 27th here, which will be Pokemon Day, which is very interesting. So do keep that in mind. A lot of people are now speculating this is going to be some sort of countdown, but I want to bring up a very important point, guys. This countdown here is very similar to one we got last year. Now, this one last year, though, was different, because this one came in April. I'm going to pause this quickly before I get any copyright issues. But right here, see, this one was posted on the 21st of April here, in 2018. This was basically last year, in April. On the 21st, they posted this one, and then they did this all the way until the final one here with the Alola one. So, you know, that's what they basically did. And this was, by a lot of people, assumed to be some sort of countdown to the new generation, which it didn't end up being. But of course, this was during April. The difference now is that we're counting down towards, you know, we're doing it in February, and it's towards the reveal of Generation 8 for real this time, because we know Generation 8 is coming. You know, we know it's Gen 8 this year. So we already know that. The only question, though, is when will we actually see the reveal, and when's the game gonna come out, and all that stuff. We know it's coming this year, but when is the big question. So a lot of people are assuming that this is going to be some sort of countdown. I've already said it before, but I don't think it's a countdown. I actually think this is just Pokemon promoting their new Pokemon TV app on the phone, as well as just Pokemon TV in general. This is what I'm assuming they're promoting, because they always link it here with the bit.ly link. They link over here to the, you know, main page. Actually, it's a different one. They link it to this one right here. See, Pokemon TV. That's what they always link to, which to me, to my brain, implies that they're simply just, you know, promoting you know, just Pokemon TV here. They're trying to bring more people over to watch the movies here. They also announced today that they've put the Pokemon movie The Power of Us. Just remember that by seeing it. They put that now on the actual page, so you can watch it here as well. So the point I'm trying to get across, the thing I'm trying to explain here, is that it just doesn't feel like, to me, this is actually meant to be some sort of countdown leading to the whole thing. But since we're already expecting something to happen on the 26th, 27th, we're expecting something to be announced around that area anyways, it feels like this would actually match up well, right? Because if we do get an announcement, then logically speaking, you could say, yeah, this was a countdown. But then again, that's us assuming we're gonna get an announcement on the 26th, 27th, which could actually end up not happening, because honestly, I don't know anymore. I'm actually really scared that we won't see it pop up on the 27th or the 26th, that we won't see Generation 8, and then we're gonna have to wait until E3. And I've said to a lot of people, like, just, you gotta lower your, you know, your hype for a second. I was super excited, but I had to slow down a minute and actually rethink things and realize that this possibly could end up not happening, and we may not get any news now leading up to the, you know, Pokemon Day, and just in general during Pokemon Day we might not get anything. Now, I'm hoping that I'm incorrect and that we do get something actually revealed, and we do get Generation 8, but there's always a chance that nothing's gonna happen, and you gotta keep that in mind, because a lot of people just run wild and don't think about the logical aspects of it, which is that it could end up not happening. So do keep that in mind as you are proceeding forward with, you know, speculations and stuff. But do remember, though, that they already did this sort of countdown before, and it led to nothing. Nothing happened. But that was, of course, during April, so it's a little bit different. This one is actually leading up to exactly Pokemon Day. The last time we had a Pokemon generation announced, it was on Pokemon Day. That was Sun and Moon announced. Sorry, the day before Pokemon Day for us, but on Pokemon Day in Japan, that was when that got announced during a Pokemon Direct, and that happened on the 26th, which is the day before Pokemon Day for us, but literally on the day of the Pokemon Day in Japan. And since the directs are directed by the people over at you know, in Japan, so to say, actually, I don't know, that sounds so weird. Directed, you know. Either way, but since it is actually, like, organized specifically by the people in Japan and not the Western, you know, part of Nintendo and stuff, it wouldn't surprise me if this time around, you know, the same thing happens. We get it announced on the 26th, you know, through some sort of direct. That's what would be the most logical thing to happen. Will it happen? Who knows? I'm praying to Uganda Knuckles and just Arceus or whatever the hell, man. I'm just hoping that we do get something, because it's getting a little bit tiresome. Just wait for an announcement. But I think the biggest fear right now is that they're gonna do it in specifically like E3, and the reason for that is because they've been shifting their ways of doing things, and E3 is like a big spectacle. A lot of eyes are on, you know, video games during that time, so of course, you know, promoting a big game like a Pokemon game there would make sense, but it's also too much time for them to take away from Pokemon and not have it be in the center of our attention. You know, it's too long of a time, because they definitely, you know, would want us to get in there and start, you know, getting excited early on, and also you need that time for promotional cycles for new generations, because with new generations, it's a brand new gen, it's new Pokemon, it's new stuff, so of course people won't be as easily, you know, intrigued into jumping into it. Of course, you and me will be, because we're fans of Pokemon, and that's why you're sitting here watching this video about, you know, speculations and stuff. That's why you might be, you know, you might be excited, but the general audience, the millions of people out there that they want to sell these games to, not the, you know, a few million of us that exist that are super fans, but like the majorities, so to say, like, you know what I mean, the bulk of the audience, those are the ones that are hard to promote to, because you got to get them into the prospect and the idea that, hey, you want to buy this game, but it's a brand new game and it doesn't include Charmander, because a lot of the just kind of casual audience will not get on board for that. So do keep that in mind. It's something that has to go through, you know, a little bit of, you know, it's a little bit of an iffy thing, right? But either way, so just wanted to bring that up and mention it. I know that part right here just went for too long, but I thought it'd be worthwhile bringing it up. Now, next thing here is, I just want to give a shout out to Team Space World, because these guys have been doing a lot of crazy work, and I don't know why I'm not following them, but they have been doing a lot of work with uncovering, like, old beta Pokemon and stuff, and they recently did this as well. They uncovered this stuff, and they uncovered, and I'm not sure if it's in this list exactly, but they uncovered the back sprite of Gorochu, actually, which is very strange, because you guys may remember Gorochu was basically a third stage evolution for Pikachu, which is really cool, but they basically got the back sprite that, you know, popping up, but I wasn't able to see it in here. I know somebody else posted it and sent it my way, but it was a few days ago, and I kind of missed out on it, and I didn't get down to talk about it, because I've just been busy with too many things lately, guys, but I just wanted to mention it really quickly, just bring it up and give them some love. Do check them out. I'll link it down below if you want to do more research on your own. They actually have a file here you can download, which includes a bunch of the, you know, these sprites and the things they've been, you know, just kind of collecting, so to say, but yeah, Team Space World, definitely check them out. Now, final thing in this one, guys, we're going to talk about about the Pokemon Go event that was happening recently, or the other day, actually. I think it was today or yesterday. I can't remember. Actually, no, it was today. But basically, it is a VR version of Pokemon. It's an augmented reality, so to say, thing. It's an experiment they're doing right now in Tokyo where you can play Pokemon Go in VR. Now, it's hard to tell from these ones right here. It's kind of, you can't really tell what's going on. But if you look out in this one, here's actually somebody who got footage of this, and it looks bloody sick. Like, look at that. You can actually see, as someone who isn't a big fan of Pokemon Go in general, you know, myself, I am not that big of a fan of Pokemon Go, but I gotta say, this is actually really cool. So let's play it here. You can actually see that right there. You got one of the... You got like the Pokemon gyms or whatever. Got one over there as well. And I think right now you'll also be able to see a few of them a little bit closer. I think a Snorlax pops up in a second. Just gonna mute this right here. You also can see, I'm not sure if that's I think that's a real life thing. Right there, you can see a Snorlax gym as well, or a Snorlax on top of that gym. And boom, there's a Squirtle. There's a few other things around. Quite a lot of them, and it looks really cool. Now, of course, this is very early on. This is prototype, you know, type of stuff. It isn't like, you know, fully finished. And I'm not sure how effective this would be, but I think this would be really cool to have. Like, this is what I would imagine Pokemon, like, in the future to be like, you know, just, you know, putting on, like, goggles or whatever, and just being like, holy shit, look at this all. It kind of reminds me of that recent movie that came out, Player One or whatever, kind of like that, but this would be like, you actually walk around, you can see this sort of stuff, except it would also be a little bit of a hazard for cards and stuff like that. But either way, I think it's a cool concept. I thought it'd be worthwhile just covering and talking about it a little bit, just mentioning it. But yeah, guys, so that's going to be the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy it, then drop a like down below. I just want to bring you some news, information, and what's happening right now within Pokemon, and talk about that today. Of course, you know, I mostly do stuff about Generation 8, speculation, that sort of stuff, but I thought today would be a little bit of a mixed bag, because, hey, there's some cool shit happening with Pokemon Go. As someone who doesn't care much about Pokemon Go, this actually intrigues me, as I did study game development in school for 3 years, and we did work on actual VR games. We actually made a VR game where you're hanging from a helicopter and falling down as a bit of an experiment for, like, how that would feel like. And we also did, like, some weird thing with, like, making a pole and stuff, and you had to hold in it. It was a bit of a weird thing, but we did that project, and it was actually a lot of fun. We never really got to finish it, though, because my group kind of split apart in school that I was working with. Like, the actual group project kind of split apart, and a few students just kind of, like, didn't come to school in general. We couldn't finish it because missing files. Besides the point, though, what I want to say, though, is I'm actually intrigued by this sort of stuff. VR has always been really interesting to me, and I've always wanted to own, like, you know, my own, like, Oculus or whatever, headset and that sort of stuff, and just kind of, you know, mess around with it and that sort of stuff. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, just saying. But yeah, something that intrigues me, I thought it'd be worthwhile to covering, just mentioning it. Do make sure to check out Team Space World. And again, I'm just not feeling that this is some sort of lead up, guys. I think this is the same thing we had with the opening themes, which didn't lead up to anything that time around. So I don't think these are leading up to anything else either, because who knows? Honestly, if we do get an announcement in general, then sure, you could say it was a countdown. You're right. That would be correct. But at the same time, it may be that it's just its own thing, you know, it could just be its own thing, so to say. And maybe this is just a different way for them to count down, because last year, when they counted down to Pokemon Day, they just posted pictures saying, like, you know, 7 days to go, 5 days to go, 2 days to go, 1 day to go until Pokemon Day. But this time, maybe they just want to do the countdown a bit more in a fun way, and just kind of introduce you to the Pokemon TV app to check that out, and Pokemon TV on you know, on Google, on the internet in general, and then also just in general introduce you to these regions if you haven't seen them before, and also the anime and kind of how that looked like. So yeah, I don't know. Either way, guys, thanks so much for watching, though. If you did enjoy, then drop a like down below. I'll catch you on the next one. Have yourselves a great day, and bye bye, ladies and gentlemen.